3-2 win. What parts of the game stood out to you from your group?
I think our start was far better than yesterday. We were able to apply much more pressure. We got some shots to the net early, which is one thing that we wanted to establish. But one thing that we were just discussing was the way we were able to maintain more structure throughout the course of the game, and we implemented a lot of the things that we've been working on over the course of the last couple of days, just in terms of our breakouts and getting pucks off the yellow. And obviously, to be able to transition or capitalize in transition was good for us as well.
We saw Aku get the start in net tonight. 21 saves, I believe, on net. What did you think of his performance?
He did a great job, especially down the stretch. He came up with some huge stops. As the course of the game went on, he looked far more comfortable in the net in terms of his rebound control and just being big and square in the net. But he did a fantastic job. Obviously on this back-to-back, getting his opportunity, he made the most of it.
Saw that Riley Patterson was moved up to the top line with Braden Coots out. What did you think of his game tonight?
He did a really good job with those two. Again, looking at some of the details within his game is really what we were evaluating over the last couple of days. He did a much better job this evening of physical, making sure he was in the right spot at the right time, and he was a little more tenacious on pucks. And then from there, he was able to make some good plays between Lecky and Ricky, and then obviously capitalizing on his opportunity down the pipe was good.
Going back to Aku, obviously he might be the man out in Abbotsford, but it's something to be said that the system has so many good goaltenders at the moment. We saw two of them this weekend. What does it mean just to have so many good goalies in the system at the moment?
It's obviously a very good problem to have. The fact that, as we talk about all the time, a sign of a healthy organization is when there are players battling for position. So for us, having that internal competition at the goaltending position is great. Those guys push one another on a daily basis in practice, and then very similar to what you saw this weekend, where one guy gets a start one night, the next guy gets the next start. They can focus on their own game, and I feel that's been a good process and a good recipe for us.
Noticed Parker Alkos wasn't in the third line, or third period rather. Any update on that?
Oh, just again, very similar to yesterday. This time of year, when there's some bumps and bruises, just take precautionary action just to make sure that guys are ready moving forward towards camp.
Nice way to finish off the weekend with that 3-2 win. What changes did you see from maybe yesterday's game into this one?
I think it was our speed. I think we got eaten up a bit yesterday with the puck and the turnovers at the blue, and I think today we managed the puck better and had speed through the neutral zone.
When it comes to your game personally, what were you focused on this weekend?
I think just getting on pucks, especially in the offensive zone. Playing with two great players, Lecky and Ricky there, they can make a lot of great plays. So, if I can get them the puck and we make plays together, it works out well.
This is your second camp now with the Canucks. How does it feel just being a second year and not going through it as a rookie anymore?
Yeah, it's good. You know everyone a bit more, and and kind of what to expect and how it goes, and it's good to have a year under my belt, and looking forward to main camp.
You got bumped up to the top line with Lekkerimaki and Alriksson there. What can you say about Alriksson's game? He obviously popped off a little bit last night. What can you say about his game?
Yeah, it's great. Big body, obviously, and the pucks he creates in the corners in the forecheck, helps us a lot. Stalling the defenseman, and for us to just come in and pick up the puck makes our life easy.
Any focus going forward for the next couple of weeks? So obviously you got to trade in the OHL there. What's your main focus going forward?
Yeah, just have another strong year. Right now, obviously,
hit the net.
It's main camp and trying to get exhibition games, but looking forward to the year back in Niagara, and we have a great team with a great coaching staff, and looking to do great things there.
Nice to play in the middle a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's where I love to play, and I can play anywhere, but it's my preference for sure.
Aku 21 saves in the 3-2 win to close out the prospect showcase here in Washington. From your perspective, what did you see from the team that allowed you guys to get that win?
I think everyone's playing with a good amount of confidence. The guys made my job easy for me, so it was exciting, and it was good to close off with a win.
And personally, where was your confidence level at in that Canucks jersey?
I thought it was exciting getting my first Canucks game in the Canucks jersey, so first period I was a little bit working into it, but I felt pretty confident in the second and third period, so it was a lot of fun out there, and it was great getting a win with the guys.
All right, now heading into camp and then the season ahead, what are things you want to focus in on and maybe improve?
yeah, I think just calming everything down and working on everything, because the pro level is obviously a little better than the college level. So honing down on every skill, but I think just understanding that less is more and simplifying the game. I think that's the key for me.
All right, well, thank you. Congratulations.
All right, thank you so much.
Well, Tom, it's been talked about just how seriously you take your off-season training. So I'm curious, heading into pro hockey, what was the difference in this year's off-season compared to maybe last?
I think what I had to think about most was just like in my physical conditioning. I'm playing like twice the amount of games now, so that, but also paired with like strength. I got a bit of a taste of it like at the end of the season, and just being able to handle a bit bigger bodies.
You've talked about the fact that there's always room for improvement in anybody's game. So maybe heading into these 2 games this weekend here in Washington, what's something you're hoping to work on in your game?
Well, I think everything. I mean, like I'm getting a taste of like the playing systems. Some of the guys have been up playing. It's going to be better competition. So really everything. I'm just trying to get used to the flow of the game here.
On the flip side of that, when it comes to that pro hockey level, what part of your game do you think is ready for that step?
I hope my physical game and my defensive game is the most capable, but I'm looking to get better at everything.
All right, well, excited to see you play tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Gabe, yesterday was game 1 of the Prospect Showcase here in Washington. I know the score didn't fall your guys' way, but what are some positives you're pulling from it that you want to build off in today's game?
Yeah, I know. I think it took us a period there to, try and get used to everyone we're playing with. But, in the second period we did really well, and then just unfortunately we couldn't get done in the third. But there was a lot of good things and a lot of guys working hard, which was good.
You've learned from so many incredible coaches in your career already, but just with development camp and then at this tournament as well, you've got Komisarek, Samuelson, the Sedins. What does the value add from those guys, that network of coaches, when you're building towards pro hockey?
Yeah, it's always good talking to them. They've been through a lot, and they've had really long pro careers, so it's always, good to see what they have to say. But yeah, just working with them has been amazing so far.
You've talked a little bit about how building your confidence last season has really helped you. Now, how much does that help scoring a goal in the first Prospects game?
It's always good when you score a goal. Like, you always feel good about yourself, so that's a positive.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on yesterday, all your work that you've put into it, and we're excited to watch you play today.
Perfect, thanks.
I think we came out strong, high intensity first period, and then I think the game kind of slowed down the other half, but yeah, good game from us, I think.
You kicked things off with a goal in that second period. Take me through that one.
No, Lecky got it in the neutral zone and passed me a great backhand, and then I just tried to get by the D and get it to the net.
Does it help giving a little bit of confidence to you coming into this weekend, heading into tomorrow's game as well?
Yeah, I think so. First game is always kind of a little bit of nerves, and then you get going.
And how did the pace feel tonight, just being at the first scrimmage you guys are heading into?
High pace, high intensity, high physicality, so it's really fun.
You've been to a few of these now. How does it feel coming into your third one and just being a bit of a veteran out there?
No, it's always fun, and you get to know all the guys, the staff, so it's always a pleasure.
Yeah. So obviously it's a pretty big fall for you. You're coming in hoping to grab a pro spot. What are some things that you're looking to take out of this week and the next couple weeks here before you start?
No, just make an impact every day. Just try to do my best today, and then focus on being in the moment.
Canuck will play it into his own net.
Hit the net! Hit the net!
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.